Washington Wizards, Philadelphia Sixers. Philly fought hard all year long. I know they had the injury to Joel Embiid, but man, did they play hard under Doc Rivers' first year as head coach with that team to get that 1 seed out east. Joel Embiid has been on another level this year. You know, all things considered, Philly actually deserves a much easier first-round matchup than Washington. It's weird, right? Because we got to call a spade a spade. We criticize Russell Westbrook for sometimes underachieving in big games, but this dude is box office, right? This ain't a typical 1 versus 8 matchup when you got the second leading scorer in the league and then Russell Westbrook, who's been averaging a triple-double pretty much for the last 5 years. Like, this is that's a lot of firepower to be dealing with in the first round. I mean, we're talking about the perimeter. The Wizards got better scores than the Sixers do. The facts are the facts. Embiid should be the best player in this series, but I'll tell you, my key to this series is who's going to get over that mental hump. A lot of guys in this series that have underwhelmed thus far in their careers in the postseason, from Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal, relatively speaking, they had a lot of postseason success. On the other end, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris. I'm calling all these guys in Philly out, and we can take it a step further to their head coach. Doc Rivers has found every way possible to lose in the playoffs. I love Philly. I think they got the chance to make the finals. But, you know, Ben Simmons' claim to fame is, I can't make a jump shot, so what am I going to do to combat that? I'm going to play harder than everybody night in, night out. The only problem with that is Russell Westbrook plays harder than anybody arguably in the history of the game. That's not going to work against Russell Westbrook just playing hard. All due respect to Ben Simmons and the season he had. I'm going to say Philly wins this one, and I don't feel good about this at all. This is probably the series where I wouldn't be surprised one bit if I'm wrong. I'm going to say Philly wins this one in 7. This is a 7-game series, though it's 1 versus 8. I feel that in my heart just because I know there's going to be a game where Bill goes off. I know there's going to be one of those games where Westbrook is really good shooting from the field uncharacteristically. Like, I know there's going to be one of those games. The question for Philly is it the same game for Washington that both of their stars in their backcourt go off? We shall see. Joel Embiid has to be the best player in this series. He has that type of talent to be that. He's in better shape this year. He's recommitted his body in ways that he probably ain't done since he was like in high school or grinding to try to get into the NBA. He looks the part. It feels like this is his moment to get over the hump and get into the conference finals and maybe even the NBA finals. Doc Rivers got a new group. You know, Doc's had a lot of opportunities with a lot of great players. He's got a lot of Hall of Famers under him. He could use more than one championship. And if that run starts in the first round, I'm going to say Philly gets it done in 7 games. But this is going to be a very long, grueling. There's going to be a lot of technical fouls in this series. There's going to be some pushing and shoving and back and forth. When it's all said and done, though, I believe the number 1 seed, Philly, will be victorious, but it will take all 7 of those bad boys to get it done.